drink with John Cena.
Daniel Bryan up on the shoulders. Go to the AA. Bryan pulls him over, hooks the leg, shoulders it down. He gets no two. Bryan misses wildly. And he caught him to the side of the head. And the universe loved this.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
The Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, ooh yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Really? Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you, talking all kinds of stuff SummerSlam. There's a lot to get into today, of course. As you heard there in the opening clip, Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship, but very, very, very short-lived as Randy Orton came out, courtesy of a pedigree from guest referee Triple H after the match was over. Randy Orton cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and 7 seconds later, 3 of those being the 3 count, Randy Orton, your new WWE Champion. Lucas, your thoughts?
Yeah, when I saw that, what was it I texted you? What was it? Holy Evolution, I think it was?
Yeah, considering the history that both of those individuals have had, going back at this point close to a decade now, it's amazing that they're now working as a cohesive unit, considering it was, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even less than that, where Stephanie was involved, and of course the second rope DDT and the kiss followed by Randy Orton. It's amazing how time can heal some wounds, huh?
You know, the funny thing was, I saw him cashing in Money in the Bank. I saw it coming, I knew he was going to come out.
Good for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I saw that coming. I did not see Triple H pedigreeing Daniel Bryan. That totally caught me off guard, actually.
Self-professed soothsayer over here. Yeah, just having a little bit of fun. But here are the full results from SummerSlam for those who may have missed it or not caught up in anything. And we'll also, let's just say none of us did all that great on our predictions starting to go wrong. I at least went 500 getting 4 of the 8 right. But you and the kid, just under 500 at 3 and 5.
He did better than me. You did better than me.
Of course. Why do you think I have a pro wrestling show?
You know, rubbing it in is not very fun.
It has its moments. Just a little bit. All right, Rob Van Dam in the pre-show beating Dean Ambrose by disqualification. You two actually got that one right, and I got that one wrong. See, I never proclaimed by any means to be perfect.
We were both right. Let's just say that. Ambrose kept the title. Van Dam.
Yeah, Van Dam officially though won the match, and you guys both had predicted that. Bray Wyatt beating Kane in the Ring of Fire match. I got that one right. You two didn't. Cody Rhodes beating Damian Sandow. Alex was the only one to get that right. Go figure. Yeah.
I predicted Rhodes on that one. I thought I did.
I'll go back over the tape, but I was writing them down as you were talking. I will go back over the tape, though.
I could have been wrong. You know what? If you're the
you
one
most certainly could have.
You're the one with the pro wrestling show, Fearon. You're probably right.
That's a drop for later, I'm sure. Alberto Del Rio retaining the World Heavyweight Championship, beating Christian by submission. Natalia beating Brie Bella in the concession stand match. I think that was the only one that all three of us got right. Pretty sure.
We were just blindly throwing it out there.
Yeah, exactly. Brock Lesnar beat CM Punk in the no disqualification match. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. That is a match of the year candidate, to say the least. And go figure, all three of us got that. All three of us were on the side of Punk, and Lesnar showing that he was the beast that he is, that the beast apparently is also the best, and pinning CM Punk. In an added twist, right before the pay-per-view, that match was changed to a no disqualification match. Whether that gave Brock Lesnar the edge, who knows, but Brock Lesnar taking it over CM Punk. Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn beating Big E Langston and AJ Lee. And as I already mentioned, Daniel Bryan pinning John Cena in, honestly, another match of the year candidate, despite the post-match shenanigans, tomfoolery, hijinks, and another word that I just realized I can't say on the air. We'll just leave it at that. And Randy Orton, your new WWE champion. And a lot of fallout from that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll get into one bit of it now. John Cena, well, he came on Raw the night after SummerSlam and had a rather notable announcement to make, courtesy of the clip right here.
Time and time again, I said the next person to hold that championship would earn it. And last night at SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan earned it. I want to take a second to publicly thank Daniel Bryan for bringing out the best in me, for reminding me that a WWE superstar should not be judged on race, creed, or appearance. A WWE superstar should simply be judged by their commitment to excellence in this very ring. Now, as we all do, and you all know, Daniel and I, we don't see eye to eye a lot, but we both share the same passion in this very ring. And that's why I chose him for the match at SummerSlam. That's also why I competed in the match at SummerSlam when I was told time and time again not to. This is the first time I'm publicly saying this, but 2 weeks ago, WWE medical staff told me that this giant ball of fluid on my elbow was a result of a torn tricep. They told me to go home immediately, get surgery, and they would cancel the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. I refused. And I don't want you guys to misunderstand me here. I am not using this as an excuse. Last night I was defeated by a better man in a clean fight. But that's all I wanted. I wanted a clean fight. And last night when I was in the training room with ice on my arm and a stake on my eye, thank you, Daniel, very much, some yokel ran in and said, Did you see? Triple H just handed the WWE Championship to Randy Orton. I was disgusted. I was offended and I was disgraced. I cannot put off my surgery any longer. Tonight I leave the WWE. I love you guys and I am going to miss all this. I just want you to know. Tonight I leave for the next 4 to 6 months to try to get myself healthy.
And that's exactly what he's going to do. He had the surgery on Tuesday to repair the torn tricep, to get that fluid out of the elbow. That it looked like a softball in his elbow. How he was able to wrestle that is just unfathomable, but I guess that's why he's John Cena. And, I mean, the other notable thing, this puts two of WWE's top fan favorites, the other being Sheamus, out until, at the absolute earliest, the Royal Rumble in January. That's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're trying to look to some more positive things. Although I know a lot of wrestling fans out there might consider John Cena's absence to be a positive thing, and it could be addition by subtraction, give some new stars a chance to ascend the ranks as Daniel Bryan has. But we're also going to talk. Now that the SummerSlam was this past Sunday, we're still kind of in SummerSlam season. You've probably seen the Today in Wrestling History posts on the Facebook fan page, WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly. A lot of SummerSlams have been coming up in history, so I want to throw out there, what are some of your favorite SummerSlam moments? I've got a few of mine. I know Lucas has been scratching his head to come up with a couple because he hasn't seen as many of them, being a pup and all.
Plus, I'm always scratching my head, so it's...
Oh, there is that, too.
I'm clueless. And
also today, and you'll hear a little bit more about this in the Today in Wrestling History segment on today's show, but today is Vince McMahon's birthday. So I also want to go over, and we talked a little bit about it on the Facebook page over the course of the week.
How old is he, 103?
Well, you'll hear it on the update.
Oh.
We'll just see it.
105, you were close.
Yeah, he has been around quite a while, to say the least. Yeah, you even remember him from your childhood.
No, I don't. I saw pictures.
You saw pictures?
Yeah, I heard about this. I didn't see anything. You think I'm old?
No, I know you are. There you go.
Hey,
ponder that for a little
Lucas.
while.
What? We can gang up on him, He's scared of you.
Jesus sat next to Vince McMahon in the third grade. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Ooh.
And I do, so let me go back to saying it. Yeah, so favorite Vince McMahon moments, and also some of your least favorite Vince McMahon moments. I know a lot of wrestling fans have given Vince McMahon a lot of flack for everything, but he also deserves a lot of credit. So we'll throw those around as you can put them up on the Facebook fan page, as some of you already have. We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll also take care of the phones, and we'll throw that around as well. In fact, let's start hanging on very patiently, as he tends to do, is none other than Dan from Chicago. Dan, what's going on? Not too bad. It's been an interesting week, to say the least.
Yeah, I got a lot on my mind. So I want to talk about Darren Young really quick. I'm going to be really nice about it. I have a lot in my mind. But, so you come out of the closet and you win matches now?
It's funny. I was just going over before, and I know I'm going to be giving a shameless plug here, but my buddy Justin Henry, we've had him here on the show. He writes stuff for WrestleCrap.com. He actually, one of his new features has been taking screenshots from the pay-per-views and Raws and SmackDowns and making a meme out of them. For those of you internet folks who don't know what a meme is, basically putting words to go along with the picture to make something sort of entertaining. And Justin took the picture of the primetime player's hand being raised from this past Monday's Raw as they finally win a match, and
last night too,
as well as last night. But I mean, the screen cap that I'm talking about came from Raw, and then he said breaking news, and then proceeded to list pretty much the entire lower mid-card of WWE. Antonio Cesaro and Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Hunico, Primo, Epico. Just a list of like 15 different names, jokingly saying that they have all announced that they've come out of the closet, just so they could hopefully win some matches. Obviously, that's pure humor, and as far as I know, none of them are out of the closet. But I was going to say, if somebody has some sort of a scoop, I'm sure TMZ will have that up there as well.
I don't care that he did come out. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that it's kind of ridiculous. What is he going to be the guy to step up to Ryback is what I'm wondering.
Well, if you guys would indulge me for a second, don't mean to interrupt you, Fearon. I know you're about to say something. When you think about it, and Fearon made a good point before the show. I
make good points all the time.
Yeah. Just, okay. Look, the thing is...
Love your humility.
I'm a nice guy. Anyway, I feel like what they're trying to do is they're not trying to make him a heel, because when you look at what Fearon said before the show, Jordan Young, I think
Orlando Jordan.
Orlando Jordan and Chuck and Billy Palumbo. As soon as they come out of the closet, they're all heels all of a sudden. So I feel
they're
like
not really gay though.
Yeah,
they weren't. Yeah, in the case of Billy and Chuck, that was just a storyline from back in
Orlando Jordan.
Orlando Jordan came out a couple of years ago as bisexual, and then next thing you know, he's got rainbow wings and decked out and just all kinds of outlandish, outrageous attire, and I'm sure I remember ripping it then just as much as I'm trying to avoid ripping it now, just because I don't feel like beating a dead horse.
I feel like in this day and age, they're trying to keep it out of the way so like he can keep on being a superstar, so he can keep on utilizing his career.
I get that. What is he going to do? Be world champion next?
I don't think they're going to go that far with it. I don't think it changes anything with him. No. He'll still get an occasional win here or there. He'll still lose a bunch of matches. I really don't think that his sexual orientation is, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to strap a rocket to his career and he's going to be main eventing WrestleMania 7, 8 months from now.
It's given him a lot of kudos.
What do you think about my thing with Ryback? Do you think he's going to be the one to step up to Ryback?
I have no clue. I would like to see somebody do it. I'd like to see Rob Van Dam do it.
I kind of see where you're going with this, Dan. It's interesting. I don't think that even Vince McMahon has the grapefruits to necessarily go there of having a homosexual stand up to a bully character.
Right, they don't even have to go to the sexual thing. They could just have him.
They could have him be the guy who steps up, and leave the rest out of it. I mean,
and just have
it's possible, but that would also mean, where does that leave Titus O'Neil?
Saying don't do it. Like being a manager kind of type deal.
Doing what AW should have been doing all this time had he not made that Kobe Bryant remark.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still a little bitter about that.
Wait, what did he do?
I'll tell you during the commercial break.
I feel like I'd like to see that. I would, but I think that if they were going to have Darren Young step up to Ryback, I think they just let it speak for itself.
Right. What are your thoughts about what CM Punk did Monday, going off on a fan, being quote unquote a babyface / heel? Because my opinion is a heel is supposed to do what Punk did, not a baby.
As far as ripping the fans.
Yeah.
In this case, I'm okay with it just because it seemed very out of the blue, and he was at almost a peak point of anger, of frustration, and you know how it is when you're just absolutely livid. You're not thinking with a clear head, so you'll lash out at somebody and not even think twice about it, and then later go back and go, "Ooh, I shouldn't have done that." And that was just a moment there. It was just a moment of anger, a moment of frustration, and the crowd. I mean, they ate it up. They loved it.
My thought was, why do that when maybe 4 or 5 months ago he got in trouble for punching a fan?
Well, verbal, as long as you keep it verbal, because, verbal is just, you can say it's part of the act. Once it gets physical, you're looking at possible lawsuits and all this other stuff. That's comparing apples and oranges.
Okay. I think that's it. My McMahon moment, the least I don't like is the Kiss My Butt Club.
Yeah, that was the very first one on my list also. And
WrestleMania 22, I loved when he finally sort of countered in the no holds barred match between him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I was at that one actually.
With Shane McMahon, where he tried to take down Shawn Michaels, he stuck Shane McMahon's face right into Vince McMahon's butt. It was hilarious. And he was
that's more. Yeah, I was gonna say that's more than I'd like to think about. I figure just mentioning the club is enough. We don't need to get into specific instances or.
I apologize.
Although oddly enough, that's not the only. Well, at least as far as McMahon or SummerSlam, that's not the only butt kissing moment that made the list. Oddly enough,
my favorite would have to be the beer truck incident with Stone Cold.
Oh.
Yes.
Which one?
Vince McMahon in a beer bath.
Oh, yeah, that one. Right before WrestleMania. That was...
How about SummerSlam moments? Now, you said you were at one live, so I'm sure that's probably going to sway your opinion a little bit. But do you have a favorite or a least favorite SummerSlam moment before we move on here?
SummerSlam, when Elizabeth and Macho Man got married, I love that whole card.
Ah, yes,
So-
from 91. A match made in heaven, and as Vince said, a match made in hell. And I think we just lost Dan. And thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it as always. And let's go ahead and take care of some business. We'll come back. We'll get into some more favorite SummerSlam moments, least favorite SummerSlam moments, as well as your Vince McMahon thoughts as well. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.